guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Crystal, and in today's video I'm going to show you guys how to use brow soaps and brow pomades. I have two shades of brow pomades. I have a brown one and I have a gray one, and then I have a brown brow soap, and then I also have a clear brow soap. So I am going to show you guys how I use them. I'm just going to use an eyebrow brush like this. This one's from Sales Lady. For this, as always, I need to bring you guys in closer. This brow is slightly higher than this, so my goal is to make them even. I have to work on this brow a little bit more because I want a more lifted brow look, so I have to brush this up first. I still don't have any product on my brush. I have already plucked my brows, and I usually just pluck my brows like under here and then here just to give a nice arch. But that's it. I don't really over pluck my brows. I mean, they look kind of thin right now, but it's fine. It's fine. I think for today, I'm gonna go for the brown one, so you guys can see, because a lot of people are making tutorials on how to use brow soaps, but they use the clear one. For today, I'm going to show you guys how to use the tinted one. So first thing you have to do is to wet your brush, and I don't have a spray bottle with water now. I'm just going to use the Luxe Organic Skin Mattifying Mist. So I'm just going to wet my brush with this. And then, so this is the brow soap. I smashed the packaging, which is why it's messy. So this is the shade. I'm still on the hunt for a brown brow soap with a more ashy tint. Yes, this is brown. It still works, but I'm looking for something that's a little bit more ashy than this. But this one still works, so I'm not even going to complain. So yeah, this is how much product I have on my brush. And then I'm just gonna brush this up like this. You're gonna wet your brush, and then you're gonna like rub this on the brow soap. So since this is tinted, you have to be careful using this because you don't want to get this on your skin. And you're also gonna want to wiggle this brush and the product into your hair so that all the hair strands will be coated with the brow soap. If I were to use the clear one, I won't be super careful, but I'm just trying to not get this on my skin, because just show you guys if I can swatch. Yeah, so it has color, so if you get it on your skin, it's really gonna show up. So like I said, just be careful. I'm not yet doing anything else. I'm just coating each and every brow with a brow soap, and then I'm going to brush them where I want them to go. So I kind of leave it like this first because it has a little bit of a gel consistency. It's like a fusion of soap and gel. So it doesn't really dry as fast as a soap, but it's specifically made for brows, so the consistency is more gel-like and more lightweight than a normal body soap. Because some people use body soaps for their brows, and that's where the brow soap started anyway. So this one is specifically made for brows, so it's more lightweight. I'm just gonna wait for this to be slightly dry, and then I'm gonna brush it where I want them to go. So I am just doing the exact same thing on this brow. Brush it up. This also works like a tinted brow gel, so they usually have black as well. I'm thinking of getting the black, we will see. Then I just wet my brush again. I'm gonna get some more, and then coat more. I think we have coated my brows with a brow soap. I'm just gonna wait for this to set for a minute. It's not gonna dry completely yet, but I have to wait for that so I can move on to the next step. I'm gonna wait for a minute, and then I'll be right back to show you guys what we're gonna do next. So usually brow soaps come with a spoolie brush like this. Now that it's slightly dry, I am now going to brush it up again. And as you can see, if you wait for this to set, it's a lot harder. Like the formula becomes harder, but it's still, like the brows are still movable. But because I waited, it has a stronger hold to the brows. So now I can style my brows how I want. So some people use their brow soaps like this. They use the back of the spoolie brush, and then they kind of laminate their brows. So what they do is just push this to your skin, and what this does is you can kind of like stamp your brows on your skin. You guys see that? So now it's not like floating away. My brows are not floating away from my face. It's now sticked on my skin. It's easier to create a bushier brow like this. But I mean, it kind of looks weird if you look from the sides, but eventually it's going to rise up again. So at this point, I don't want them to completely stick on my skin because it looks weird. But what I want to do is just bring this hair forward, and maybe I stick it here. And this is almost the same idea as brow lamination, but brow lamination, you use a different chemical to keep your brows in that position, but it's so much easier to do this kind of look with a brow soap. See? I haven't even filled it in, but it already looks bushy. I like to stick the ends of my brows to my skin and then let the front part of my brows to be more free so it looks more natural. But I'm just gonna stick it there because I know already it's going to come off from my skin, but I want to get the hair to stay in that position even if it comes off from my skin. But as you can see, it looks really nice and bushy. So now it's time to go ahead and use the brow pomade. And I have two shades here. I have gray and I have brown. I think I'm gonna go for the gray one since I'm trying to mimic my brow hairs. I just got a sample size, but any brow pomade will do. These brow pomades are super pigmented. And these are from a local brand. When they set, they are very smudge proof once they're completely dry. I forgot to mention that you have to pinch the brush first before using this, so you get this really nice thin and firm brush. Give it a little squeeze there, and I'm just squeezing the brush so it's like thin as a line. It also makes it firm. So when you get your brow pomade, I'll show you guys. Since you squeeze it, you can make this tiny hair strokes like this. This is perfect for mimicking your brow hairs like this. If you didn't squeeze your brush, it's going to look fat and you're not going to be able to do like tiny lines like this. Since I already lifted my brows, I can see now where I need to fill in my brows. So I'm just gonna fill in first the sparse areas, and you can see it very clear where I need to fill them in. But I still want to keep some of the gaps on the front since it makes my brows look natural. And then here I need to fill in because I can see it on camera that it looks bald. But you have to follow the natural growth of your brows. So if it goes up, you have to brush up. If it goes left, you have to brush left. So you have to follow the natural stroke of your brows. So since my brows here grow upwards, I have to flick the brush up like this as well. See how natural it looks with the brow soap and brow pomade. You can actually use a brow pencil for this as well, like a very thin brow pencil, but I've been loving brow pomades lately. And then for the tail of my brows, I'm going to do the exact same thing. I am just trying to follow the natural shape. So there you go. I don't want to fill it in too much. Still want this to look natural, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get my foundation. Some people use concealer, but I feel like concealer sometimes looks super light on my brow bone, and I'm not going for that look. So I'm going to use my concealer brush. This one's from Real Techniques, and then I'm using the Maybelline again. I'm just going to like define my brows under here. And then I only apply this usually on the tail of my brows. Like I don't even apply on the front. So there you go. It looks extremely natural. It looks like as if I didn't apply any brow product, and that is exactly what I want. It looks bushy, it looks full, but it doesn't look like a natural drawn brows, because that's what I hate. I hate when brows don't look natural. So I'm just gonna do the other side, and this is the more trickier brow since I need to make this look higher. So I really push this up like this, and you have to try to make it used to like staying up, and then you can use the back of the brush to like stick it on your skin. As you can see, even without filling it yet with the brow pomade, it already looks lifted. It almost looks like it's already the same level, but I am just gonna amp this up with the brow pomade, so I'm gonna use the gray one again. Sometimes I use the brown one, it just really depends on my makeup look. So since the brows on the top grows downwards, I'm gonna draw downwards as well. Just doing like tiny strokes. Do you guys see it? Maybe I need to zoom you guys a little bit more. Okay, there you go. So I'm just drawing like small brow hairs, almost undetectable. Yeah, there you go. And then I'm also gonna add a little bit here, and then the tail. If you do your brows every day, you'll get used to it. But if you're a beginner with brows, if you're starting with makeup only, it really takes years to learn brows. But good thing there are tutorials online. That's where I learned, honestly, so it's a lot easier to learn things now. Do this here. Do you guys see the lines that I'm drawing to mimic my brow? So there you go. I'm going to blend them in a tiny bit downwards, and then bring this up again. And the reason why I'm using gray, because if I use brown, it's gonna look like a tint on my brows, and it's not going to match my hair. It's going to look unnatural. I think I need to fill it in here a little bit more. Just like that. Maybe add here. You can work with your left and right brow at a time. I want to add more hair here, so I'm just adding more with this. And if you are using a brow pomade, you need to use a waterproof one, because if you use like a very creamy brow pomade that doesn't set, it's just going to look messy throughout the day, and it might smudge, and you don't want your brows to smudge. The only problem with brow soap, I think, is when you sweat. So this is not a product that you want to use when you're working out, because it's really going to drip on your eyes, and it's really going to irritate your eyes since this is a brow soap. It is literally a soap. It's still soap, and you don't want to get this on your eyes because it's going to sting for sure. And I have tried working out with brow soap, and that is the worst idea ever. I really did sting my eyes with this, so yeah. Just a friendly reminder. It looks a little harsh on the front, so I'm just going to blend it so it looks more natural here. There you go. It's starting to look really nice and bushy, which is exactly what I'm going for. If you get too much product on your brush, you can use the back of your hand as a palette, because you have to work slowly with this. Okay. And then I'm gonna clean up the ends of my brows. Alright guys, I'm back and I finished the rest of my makeup. So this is how the brow looks like with just a very natural makeup look. This is how my brow looks with this brow routine that I did today. Again, with just brow soap and brow pomade. So as you can see, it looks super natural, very bushy. I don't have naturally bushy brows like this, but I was able to create this natural bushy brows with just brow soaps and brow pomades, and I actually didn't use a lot of products. Yeah, that is it for the brow routine. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have other video requests you want me to do, let me know in the comment section down below and I'll definitely do it. So that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed my video, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and click the notification bell so that you'll be notified whenever I post a new video, and I'll see you guys again next time.